Hey, it's going. That was like really slow. Took a really long time to get going. All right. So this week, Marvel slowly announced the roster for their new series, All-New All-Different Avengers.
Mhm.
Each day we got 2 characters. Well, except for the last day, we got 3 characters released.
Should we introduce ourselves and what this is?
Yeah, I'm going to get into
Okay,
that.
sorry.
So today, we decided to talk about the cover and the characters, dig in a little bit more, dissect the comic, and our first episode of Comic Dissection.
Yeah.
I am Scott, the resident comic book nerd. This is Matt.
I'm the resident less comic book
He's
nerd.
the tech nerd.
I like comic books though. I'm just
You're just not as into it
them.
as I am.
Yeah.
So just to where this all is from. So this comic is coming out after the current Secret Wars event. Which, if you're unfamiliar with Secret Wars, the Marvel Universe, the main Marvel Universe, the 616, and the Ultimate Universe are colliding. And it's going to be a whole event, and it's supposed to be the end of the Marvel Universe and the end of the Marvel Ultimate Universe.
Yeah. Do you think this is going to foreshadow or affect the cinematic universe in any way, or do you think it's just going to be separate? Okay.
Separate. So the biggest thing here, since this takes place after the event, is that Miles Morales, Spider-Man, which you can kind of see on the screen.
Yeah, he's a little
little dark.
Whoops.
It's not racist.
No.
God damn it.
His suit is black. Okay?
It is. I like it more than the regular Spider-Man
suit.
I actually love the Miles Morales Spider-Man suit.
It looks really cool. It's really slick.
Tight. It's like a ninja Spider-Man. So the fact is that he's a member of the team. And he's part of the Ultimate Universe. And it said the Ultimate Universe is going to be no more. So it seems like Miles survives the Ultimate SmackDown. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you get rid of one of the most popular characters right now? It just makes sense to.
Maybe they heard the outcry of people saying they wanted Miles Morales in the movie
people just
instead
want
of Peter
more
Parker.
Miles.
So maybe they're thinking, we can't give them that in the movie because Sony ultimately controls the rights. But they can change it in the comics.
Yeah. So, but I mean, Peter Parker will probably still be alive too. I bet there's going to be 2 Spider-Man running around.
Well, yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, and this is so like that's like saying in the Avengers, there's only the 4 or 5 main Avengers, but then there's like so many other more.
There's like 4 different colors of Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Red Hulk, Green Hulk, whatever.
But it's like
you can have 2 Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, maybe these are just the characters that we're going to follow for most of the comic.
Yeah.
It's like with DC and the Justice League. It's like there's so many people that are part of the team. Or
so there's a few other things I wanted to point out of the roster besides just who's in it.
Yeah.
First off is the obvious diversity of characters. You've got Miles Morales, who's he's half black, half Latino. You've got Kamala Khan, who is of Middle Eastern ancestry and Inhuman ancestry. Sam Wilson, version of Captain America, and the new female Thor, who we still don't know who she is.
Yeah.
And you've got the Vision, who's an android.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's all diverse group. And I also like that you've got the Sam Alexander Nova, who's a kid, Miles, who's like 15, and Kamala is like 16. So you've got like young kids with these older, more seasoned vet.
Yeah.
I think that's a really diverse group. And I also like how it's 7. 7's a good number for like an Avengers Justice League team. When you start to get more characters than that, it kind of becomes too crowded of a team. So to keep it slim, and the power set of all these characters is very diverse too. Yeah.
Well, and so I'm less versed on this than you are. But like, do you think this is going to be, this is going to be the people that are helming the Avengers because everybody else is dead or missing or out of the picture? Or do you think this is going to be?
I think they just left the team, and like when Avengers disassembled, when everyone left, and then there was a new Avengers formed, which was like Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Wolverine joined, Spider-Man joined, the Thing joined, stuff like that. I think it's kind of one of those situations.
Because I was going to say, this seems like kind of a hodgepodge of a group, especially since we don't know which Tony Stark, or like if that's going to be Tony Stark or
because
not.
if you look at the Iron Man armor, it looks very similar to the Ultimate version of Iron Man. Which, have you read the Ultimates?
No, I should.
Okay,
I think I read. You had me read like 1 and 2 or something like that.
Did you read volumes 1 and 2?
I think I read volumes 1 and 2.
You should look it up because otherwise it's going to tell you to read those again.
I know I have them.
Okay.
So if I haven't read them, I'll read them. But I'm pretty sure I read them
because they're really good.
Yeah.
And I think they're also by Mark Millar.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're wondering if this is Tony Stark or what's the deal because his Iron Man suit looks like an Ultimate version.
Yeah. Well, they could do so many things with this. And like I said, maybe this is their post 2020 Marvel plan, to continue with a different set of Avengers team.
If this was like an Avengers we saw
in
the future, because I want to see Miles on the big screen. I want to see Kamala Khan on the big screen.
Yeah.
So bad.
You have to think that, so we know that they're going to be phasing in people like Doctor Strange and like Black Panther. And obviously, this younger Peter Parker, if that's real, I still think that they might be yanking our chain. I think they might go for.
I think everything they say is honest. I don't think they're doing Miles Morales. I want them to do Peter Parker.
Yeah, and
then do Miles Morales. Once Peter's ran his course, and the actor's like, I don't want to do it anymore. Then you kill him off, bring in Miles. It becomes like it's more of like an emotional thing where like you lose Peter, and then you're like, but then you've got Miles. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
it's like I think that could be played so well in like a movie format where it would work. Really.
Yeah, but I was gonna say I don't think those are gonna be the replacement Avengers.
No,
like I think it's gonna be a transitional period where we have Captain America: Civil War, where that's like the team is gonna be ripped apart. Then we're gonna have Thor Ragnarok, where his shit's gonna get fucked up. He could die. He could lose his powers, and we could have the female Thor.
Still hoping for Beta Ray Bill to come up and.
Then we're gonna have the Infinity War, which is going to be like everybody
Guardians,
it's going to
Avengers.
Be everything. And then Inhumans, which is going to introduce like a whole new batch of characters. But then, at the end of all of this, maybe we end up with a new Avengers, all new, all different Avengers. That's like this team.
Yeah.
Or maybe not this team specifically.
But it will be different.
Yeah.
So,
because
I just wanted to ask you, as someone who's kind of not super in the know of all the Avengers stuff, comics wise and everything, what do you think of just looking at this team?
I would read it. I mean, I read only the first few issues of what Original Sin? What is it called? The one before they transitioned out Thor. What was that run called for like the Avengers? Dark Sin, Original Sin, something like that.
Original Sin? Was that fight Nick Fury?
Yeah. So I read like the first 3 comics. I think it was a 5 comic run or something
up until when Thor loses his hammer.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm interested in all this stuff. I like that they're changing things. I like that it's not staying the same.
Are you gonna check out the Secret Wars stuff?
Probably. I saw that they're gonna sell a box set that's $500.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because it includes like all the stuff up until, and I think it includes like hardcover limited editions and stuff. Yeah, but I'd probably will because it's interesting.
Yeah,
I like when they change.
It might be like the first actual like Marvel reboot.
And I love like that's one thing that I like about DC Comics is every time there's a reboot, I usually read at least like the first volume for each character because it's like, okay, how are they going to change it this time? Like the Batman Earth 1. Like that was the first volume was cool because there's like, okay, this is how it's similar and this is how it's kind of different.
Yep. So one thing I think is interesting is this takes place after Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So we know after the whole reboot that Sam Alexander will still be Nova. Kamala Khan will still be Miss Marvel. Sam Wilson is still Captain America. The Unknown Woman is still Thor.
Mm-hmm.
So we know things that are still going to be the status quo after
or like you said, it's multiple universes colliding together. Maybe this is just the universe that ends up being reality when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where
so like post reboot, post Secret Wars.
Yeah.
That we know that these characters still exist.
Mm-hmm.
But so
do you think that Marvel is going to kill off more characters, or do you think they're just going to, like you said, maybe disband?
I think they're just going to clean up.
Yeah.
What they need to do.
Because like they killed Wolverine,
Wolverine will be back.
Yeah.
You can't keep Wolverine dead. That's just dumb. But I like that Sabretooth is kind of like the new Wolverine. Kind of. I think that's very interesting because of the whole Axis event. Some characters got turned evil and some characters got turned good.
Yeah.
It was like reversed. So like Sabretooth is good, but Iron Man is a bad guy now. And Havoc was a good guy. He was on the Avengers, and now he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
changing things up.
Yeah. So, but we'll see what happens after this. One thing I want to talk about was Captain Falcon over here.
Yeah.
I just need to talk about it because it's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
I love the idea of Sam Wilson as Captain America. It makes so much sense. You know, Falcon was Steve Rogers' like best friend, longtime partner in crime fighting. It just makes sense for him to take up the mantle. But he still keeps like the wings and stuff. He's like a weird Captain America Falcon. It's like called Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
It just kind of like, if you're going to be Captain America, I just wanted him to be like full on Captain America.
Is he also like genetically altered like Steve Rogers was, or is he just wearing the suit?
Well, he can fly. It's different than in the comics. He actually has the power of flight.
Captain America does?
No, Falcon does.
Okay.
Not just where like the movies where he uses the jetpack wingsuit. He actually can fly, fly. So I just don't like that he's like a hybrid. Like, why does he have the wings?
And does he? Oh, okay. I was gonna ask, does he have the shield? But yeah,
yes, he always has the shield. You have to have the shield.
Well, I was gonna say because that'd be really weird to not. I don't know.
It just kind of bugs me because I mean, like, I want him to be Captain America because it makes sense. It's really perfect.
Yeah. Where does Bucky Rogers sit in this? I mean,
Bucky Barnes,
whatever. Bucky Rogers. I'm mixing their names.
Just Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Yeah, he was Captain America for a time.
Yeah, that's what I had remembered. But
now he's just the Winter Soldier right now.
Okay. And then in this, is Steve Rogers dead, or is he just retired and he's?
So what happened was, something crazy happened, and so he like aged up. Yeah. To like what the age he's supposed to be. Oh, shit. So now he really can't. He can't do it because he's like 95 years old. Yeah. Physically, he's now 90. Like I'm sure Steve Rogers will be Captain America again eventually.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes in comics.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure the male Thor will be back.
Yeah, it all will happen eventually.
But it's nice that they're changing things up even for a little bit.
You got to keep things kind of fresh, otherwise it gets stale after a while.
Well, it's a good place for if you're too intimidated. Like sometimes I can be to come into comics like 30 years,
and that's their whole
you
point.
Can reboot and people can pick up right there.
Yep, it's to get people. It's to set jumping on points for people to get into comics.
Yeah, which is something that I think DC has been better at than Marvel, even though DC has kind of screwed up multiple times with some of their characters.
Especially after seeing the new costumes that are coming out for the DC characters.
They look some of them look really dumb.
I've completely dropped DC off my. Yeah. I watch the shows. I'll watch Flash and stuff, but I'm not reading any DC comics. Not any main world DC comics anymore.
Yeah,
I'll read like the Earth 1 issues and stuff.
Earth 1 I've enjoyed those a lot. Like all of the Earth 1.
Earth 1 Volume 3 of Superman should be coming out soon.
Okay. I know I don't remember if it might have been just the new 52 Flash that I read, but that was really good too.
That was, but otherwise everything's just so weird and messed up.
And I did like Red and the Outlaws or something like that. Red Hood
and the Outlaws.
Yeah, that was good. And then I was reading the Teen Titans, new 52 Teen Titans.
There's an Earth 1 Teen Titans.
Is there now?
Yeah, but it doesn't take place in the actual Earth 1.
Well, see, the way I look at it with Earth 1 is they're kind of like shorter, like
it's graphic novel.
Yeah, Superman. That one feels like it could be its own universe.
The Superman and Batman Earth 1 take place in the same universe.
Yeah, but they feel
like
the
Teen Titans Earth 1 takes place in a different.
Yeah, but it's like what I mean by that is like I could read those and those feel like an enclosed enough story that I'm not like, oh, well, what's going on over here?
It's like ultimate.
And they change so many things, or at least the feel and stuff.
Yeah.
But
so our final verdict on this is I really
think it's
like
cool.
it.
Yeah. Have they announced when is Secret Wars finishing? When is this starting? This is this fall?
May.
So this starts in
Secret
May?
Wars starts in May.
Secret Wars.
And this is coming out after Secret Wars. I think this comes out in May or June.
Okay.
It comes out this summer.
Okay. Cool.
So everything's this summer.
I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah. So we kind of dug into it as much as we could, I'd say. So that's the end of our first episode of Comic Dissection. Matt, where can we find you on the webs?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram and most of the internets at Hagnerd, Hagnerd.
You can find me at Scotty Boy, BWO 4 Ys.
Because 3 Ys was taken.
And you can follow both of us where we post news throughout the week on Twitter at Fuzzy Loaf. You can let us know what you think about this cool new team. What do you think it means that these characters are around after the Secret Wars?
You can subscribe on YouTube.
Subscribe, like it.
Fuzzy Loaf.
Yep. You can like it. You can not like it. Let us know what you don't like.
Each other.
Yeah. So that's all I got. Smell you later, nerds.